raza. Ya estamos aquí transmitiendo en vivo y a todo color.
You'd best behave, Fred. You're in Beauclair, see?
Vamos a checar el directo.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
I'm my own master with a bottle in front of me. It's no disaster, not like a frontal lobotomy.
Ow! My head spins.
Bueno, vamos a reunirnos con Damien en el molino del conde del Croix después de medianoche. Hay que ir a vender. Vamos a vender los objetos. Tengo tantas cosas. Es por la armadura pesada que traigo.
Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton the Peyrac Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice. The beast of Beauclair has struck again.
A ver, cómprame todo lo que tenga.
Greetings. I hope your search
Espero
goes
que
well.
tenga suficiente lana. Vamos a ver
What do you have on offer?
Una pala. Ay, no se puede reparar esa cosa. Vamos a repararla ahorita. Arma de acero. Vamos a venderlas todas. Un poco lento porque ya he venido a venderle muchas cosas a este tipo. Para vender los pantaloncillos y las botas también. Las mangas. Que aligeran la carga. Gerald está bien, mamey. Carga muchas cosas. pieles. Vamos a organizarlo por peso. Le puse precio, no, peso. Neta, es lo más pesado que tengo. Oh, sí. Entonces tengo muchas cosas. Mandé todo lo de oro. Vámonos. Se va a hacer rico el tipo este con tantas joyitas. Hay merengues. Andamos un poco más ligeros.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
Ahora sí. Ahora sí ya podemos correr.
Get at the root of these murders. Every resident of our fair town is hereby required.
Disperse!
Que hay una
The
misión, pero
exhibition of the Reginald Daubry Monument
ya será
will
para
remain
la marcha
closed
mortífera.
until further notice.
Vamos por abajo. Es ágil el brujo.
Those scars. The gates.
Vámonos por los tejados. Esto es de alta peligrosidad. No lo hagan en casa. Ah.
No two ways about it.
Para donde vamos no necesitamos caminos. Vamos a transportarnos. Oh, al parecer se va a poner bueno esto. Haré misiones secundarias o me voy. Al carajo. A ver, tenemos misiones secundarias por hacer. Misiones. Oh, sí tenemos un buen de misiones por hacer. Bueno, vamos a empezar a hacer misiones secundarias entonces. Vamos al Corvo Blanco. Corvo Blanco. Había visto por ahí que a Gerard le dan una casa para tener su laboratorio y sus cosillas. Vamos a ver si es cierto. Llévame, dame un ride.
people that way. Yes, I should.
Si voy en línea recta hasta el punto amarillo, creo que llegaría más rápido. ¿Qué hay aquí?
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fauti. By order of the Duchess,
Barnabas.
I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu.
Oh, tengo mayordomo.
I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Soy dueño de una finca.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going, and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to Major Domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
I once had a girl, what should I say?
Un pollito.
The servants'
Te
quarters.
llamaré
I occupy the
Steven.
green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
su casita verde el mayordomo.
Go up to any knight and shout, "The beast!"
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
They're so heroic, we had to summon a witcher to do their work. Did you hear about the monster?
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days. Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago.
Did you hear
During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Que todo esto es de
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Greetings, greetings. May a river of mystery run through Coronata.
A bushel of grapes is more a burden than that steel of yours.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Who would have thought? Knights trading in wine, while some witcher guards the common folk. Your health, may you keep it evermore.
Follow me, please. Follow me, please. The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
todo un
As you can see, the
cantón
facade is, put it
para
slightly
llegar.
stained, but one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling. Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Vamos a
Almost
inyectarle
decidedly,
varo.
sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking.
Vamos a inyectarle
Not
varo
only
machín
did the residence positively
porque se haga un
sparkle
castillo aquí en la
afterwards,
finca.
but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest
tiene su cuadrilla
specialists
el vato.
around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more... useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompelli once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yaruga. I will contact him at once.
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to
Inyectándole
arrive.
varo machín
Will
al
you be
hogar.
needing anything else, sir?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Vamos a esperar los días. Meditando, claro que sí. acaso que con meditar 3 días será suficiente? Otro más por si las cosas, por si las dudas. Un chingo de libros. Ala, y te puliste, mayordomo.
Renovations coming along all right, Barnabas Basil?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of adding 2 racks, each upon which you might hang weapons and armor, if you've some pieces you'd like to display. Likewise, I have prepared a few spots in which new paintings might be hung. In other news, the laborers dusting out the cellar have made a most unusual discovery. I believe it's something you'll wish to see.
If you say I should see it, I'll go see it right now, BB. Strange. Something behind this wall, I think. Laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time.
Vaya, vaya.
Every single day they keep...
BB, know anything about the laboratory in the cellar? One of the previous owners take an interest in alchemy?
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it. But I understand that to a witcher this must be a very intriguing fight.
It is. It was walled up. Equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco before you started working here. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragon glass vials and flasks, stills, sublimators, vengerometers.
Forgive me, sir, but I fear I don't follow.
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy. Brewing a concoction with this stuff versus doing it over an open fire? Well, there's no comparison.
Then I am all the more delighted you discovered it, sir.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Sigue siendo tu mayordomo, el BB, el W. Bueno, vámonos. Es todo por hoy. Mañana tal vez hagamos otro stream.